Hey everybody, I'm out here at Alderman Farms today. Got Tommy with me here, and we are picking up 2 American Guinea Hogs to take back to J&J Acres. So, Tommy, there's a lot that you've already helped me out with behind the scenes, letting me know about how to best take care of the pigs, but just a couple questions for you for everybody's benefit. What makes an American Guinea Hog sort of stand apart from other breeds of swine?
Well, they are a heritage breed. They're perfect for people with small areas in which to raise pigs. They are extremely efficient foragers. I guess the 2 key factors are that they're slow growing. They develop marbled meat, meaning the meat is red and it's rich. And Chef Nick Wallace, who I've told you about, prepared one of our guinea hogs, and he said it didn't even have flakes like he was used to seeing, but it had the fat was distributed in tiny balls throughout the meat, and he said it just melted in his mouth. And it's because pigs here at Alderman Farms, our guinea hogs, have lots of acreage to roam, and they can choose whether they want grass or they want to spend time in woodlot areas and rooting for grubs and whatnot. But here are the key factors that caused us to choose them. They're extremely docile. They don't sound like it right now because they're not used to being in this cage, but they're extremely docile. You can be in the farrowing area with the mom, and they don't try to hurt you. The moms don't react with aggression. Even the boars aren't very aggressive. If the guinea hogs have enough area to graze and forage, they don't have to be fed. The only time we feed ours is to get them to come, or if we have them confined for a couple of reasons, for one of a couple of reasons. The moms we confine to protect the babies, so the moms get fed until the babies are big enough to go out and forage with the mom. Or if we're training them to hot wire, sometimes we have to retrain them to remind them that the fence is hot. And if I've got them confined for that or any other reason, then of course we have to feed them. But if they've got room to roam, in fact, I would caution anybody, the biggest concern you'll have with guinea hogs is the temptation to overfeed them. You can overfeed them very quickly, and they will get obese, which could affect their ability to breed and whatnot. Because pigs do not have, what is it? Is it the thalamus gland? I think it's a thalamus gland in humans that tell you you're full.
I don't have one either.
Well, we ignore ours. we have them, but we ignore them. I don't think they have them, if I'm saying that correctly, and so they always are hungry. And they'll break your heart. They think you have something. They feed me, I'm dying. But they're not dying. So rule number 1: don't overfeed them. They don't take much. But just the fact that they're docile, they're slow growing. In the 1800s, they were known as yard pigs because they're safe around the kids. And I don't know, we love them.
Well, now, of course, your farm, where pasture makes perfect, that's kind of, there it is. It's something else that kind of ties into these guys, right? So like on our property, we have a whole lot of hickory nuts and acorns and things like that. So what's the difference between how these guys forage and graze as opposed to other swine breeds?
They're just very efficient. They'll come waddling back up to the barn at the end of a day as if they just gorged themselves on some type of commercial feed or something, but it's not. It's just from what they find. They are very efficient at turning forage into body weight or into energy for themselves. I shouldn't say body weight because again they're slow growing. They don't explode in growth. At 5 or 6 months old, these pigs will be 60 to 80 pounds, whereas a more traditional hog would be, 200, 220 when you're pouring the feed to them. Now, frankly, if we poured commercial feed to these pigs, they would be bigger than 60 to 80 pounds, but it would mostly be fat. So they're just very efficient. People ask me about rooting. Do they root up your yard? No, they don't. They seem to. They'll root under the right conditions. If it's muddy or whatever, it seems to draw them to root. But we've had them in the yard. In fact, some of them were in the yard just before y'all got here, and they were grazing. They seem to prefer graze. or if they root lightly. You can't see it on the camera, but Jared, if y'all look out there where they were a few minutes ago, rooting through the pine straw, you can see where the pine straw is disturbed. They were looking for good stuff, but the dirt is not.
Yeah, the soil is not disturbed,
Right.
just the cover.
Right. Now, we also use them as rototillers in garden plots, you know, and so if there's no graze available, yeah, they're going under the surface of the soil to look for stuff, and we want them to do that in that circumstance.
Okay. Any questions, Jenny? No? Are you happy? Do you like them?
I'm excited to get them home.
You ready to get them home?
Uh-huh.
All right, well, thank you, Tommy, for everything that you've helped us out with. And y'all, we will have some videos about these at J&J Acres, but if you really want the lowdown about American Guinea Hogs, make sure you head over to Alderman Farms. I promise you there might just be a pig video or two over
One or
there.
two. One or two.
Thank y'all for watching. We'll see you next time.